Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Leftover Popcorn Podcast. I'm your host, Damon Lindemann, and today we are going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. This week has been a great week. I have been off for 3 days total at work. I've been eating like shit, and I've been spending way too much money. And just the other day, Wednesday night, we went to go see Aquaman, which I was super excited for. It came out like a day early. They had like an Aquaman fan event, which Violet reminded me is now the greatest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Because she asked me, like, why it was coming out a day early or something like that. And I said, there's like an Aquaman fan event. And she said, say it one more time for me, please. What are we going to? And mind you, Violet is not the biggest comic book fan, so in her head, I can't imagine what she envisioned whenever I said, "Hey, we're going to an Aquaman fan event." But what that means, it's just a way for the movie theater to hike up the ticket price by $1 and release it a day earlier, which I think is worth the $1 because you get to see it early and it makes you feel cool or whatever. There wasn't like Jason Momoa impersonators or anything there. There wasn't like surfboard photo shoots or anything. It was a normal experience. But what a fucking weird movie, dude. What a treat. I was so very excited because if you follow me on Instagram or if you know me personally, I had to have talked about it at least once. But before we went to go see that movie, I was so excited. There was a trailer that came out before, maybe like a month before it came out, and it was such a damn good trailer. And I know that sometimes, trailers aren't everything. They don't like encapsulate everything that the movie's going to be. There are great trailers for bad movies, and there are bad trailers for great movies. And this is right in the sweet spot because the movie is not great. And I struggle. I could pick 4 things in my head to make it good, but for the most part, it is very cringy, and I always feel bad when I have to be negative, but in this case, there's almost too much. There's almost too much that just makes it so cringy, and also, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's something that I wish I would have known. There are things in this movie that are unredeemable, that I will not forgive. I don't care if the next scene is followed by the coolest action scene I have ever seen. I don't even care if fucking Green Lantern, my favorite DC superhero, flew down in Aquaman and like helped him fight somebody. I don't care if it was that badass. If the scene before it has anything to do with the artist Pitbull, your movie drops 5 points immediately. It starts again at 0, okay? Whenever I'm sitting at the beginning of the movie, it's a 0. I watch it. Cool scenes happen. Action scenes happen. Things are happening, and then my number slowly goes up. I always start at 0. And this movie was like at a 3. And then for some reason, I don't know why, unless it was a cruel joke by James Wan, the director, but they play a Pitbull song in one of the scenes, and then immediately was a 3, dropped back down to a 0 at the 1.5 hour mark, and I was like, okay, let's fucking start again, because you threw Pitbull in it. Because my God, if Pitbull is not the worst, oh my God, I don't like him. Oh, I hate him. I hate his stupid face and his bald head and his glasses and his little mustache and his Mr. Worldwide. Oh my God, I hate him so much. There's not many people in this life that I just do not like for the sake of not liking them, and Pitbull is one of them. I will start a fucking Pitbull hating fan club if that's what it takes to just express my hate. It could just be me. I don't need other people to hate him too. Like like most people jump on that that hate train or whatever on something, they want other people to also hate it. With Pitbull, it could just be me, and I will defend myself to the day I die. Pitbull is terrible. There is not a good song by him. There is not a good verse. There is not a good lyric. There is not a good vocal melody in any of his songs or any moments where he shines. Everything he is in is bad, and he makes it worse for being in it. And Aquaman, I don't have a rating for the movie because I've only seen it once, and I just recently saw it 2 days ago. And the movie's way too big of this mixed bag that whenever I heard Pitbull, and I know you might be thinking, Damien, the movie's 2.5 hours long. It's like a Lord of the Rings, Avatar, Game of Thrones like underwater mix of a movie that's 2.5 hours long, and they play Pitbull for maybe 15 seconds, and it ruins your rating. Yes, because while other things in this movie aren't as bad as Pitbull, there are things that happen to where you're watching it and you're like, wow, I'm locked in. And then a scene happens and you're like, okay, now I'm out. And then a couple scenes go by and you're like, okay, I'm back in. And then before you know it, a fucking Pitbull moment hits you right in the chest. And you're like, okay, I'm out. I don't know why they did that. And I don't know why they did that there. With a movie like Aquaman, a character who you like desperately need to make cool and to, make everybody like, you pick Pitbull? I don't know. There's a thought process there that I could never imagine. I'm surprised somebody let that slide. Somebody watched that scene. And here, let me paint it for you. I'm not spoiling anything. I hope not. Plus, again, this is something I wish I would have known going into it. But there is a scene where Aquaman and Mera, Amber Heard's character, are coming out of the water, okay? Like, they're coming to land, right? Because they swim in the water. They breathe underwater, yada, yada, yada. So they swim to land, and in this slow motion, literally straight from Baywatch scene, they come out of the water, flick their hair, and it does, like, this montage. So it's like it's the same shot, but from different angles, and it's still in slow-mo, and they play this Pitbull song over it, and oh my god, if it isn't the funniest thing I've ever seen. I almost can't fault the movie for being bad funny, except that it's Pitbull, and I will never forgive that. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Like, I know some people feel that way about Nickelback. Some people hear a Nickelback song and they're like, please make that shit stop. Like, it's like an ear mite or something. But I am that way with Pitbull. There are redeeming, like, there are Nickelback songs that you can listen to and you can sing and not feel like a dipshit for singing them. At least in, like, the privacy of your own home. But I couldn't even be alone. I couldn't be the last man on earth and sing a fucking Pitbull lyric and not feel like a dipshit. Not feel like I was being judged. Like, I hate him that much, dude. I really, really hate him that much. Man. He ruined that movie. Pitbull ruined Aquaman for me. God damn, he sucks. What else? What else is new? I don't want to talk about fucking Pitbull anymore. Aquaman was alright. We got the, damn, what was it? What did we see? It's December. They're dropping movie trailers left and right. Oh, we got the new Hellboy movie with David Harbour, from Stranger Things. He's the cop or whatever. Who I really like, and I really liked the first two Hellboy movies with Ron Perlman, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Really liked those movies. So I was kind of, 50-50 on this movie because Guillermo wasn't coming back and neither was Ron Perlman. But I do like David Harbour, and I knew this one was going to be rated R, and I was like, okay, we're stepping it up. But something just seems off with the movie. Like Uncanny Valley, like that phrase is if they're using CGI in a movie and it's on someone's face and it looks real, but at the same time something is uncomfortably off about it. That's what this movie felt like. Like, the movie trailer, at least. Again, it's not the movie, but the movie trailer, I'm watching it, and these scenes are happening before me, and they're showing action, and they're showing David Harbour in the getup and the giant-ass, Hellboy hand or whatever, and it's all fine. It's all there. And the humor, what I suspect they're trying to come across as humorous, isn't really landing. And it is a trailer, it's not in context. You're not getting all the sweet jazz, that makes comedy work, but something just seemed off, and it really threw me for a loop. And then yesterday, the Men in Black, the new Men in Black movie came out with, oh my god, what is her name? She plays Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok, and then Chris Hemsworth. And it's a bad trailer. It's a bad trailer. The Hellboy one is a bad trailer for what I think is probably going to be a good movie. And then I said the same thing to Violet after watching the Men in Black trailer. I was like, it's just a bad trailer. The movie looks fine. The cast is great, dude. The cast is really great. Liam Neeson, Chris Hemsworth, like, there are a lot of people in that movie that can make it funny and make it good. And it's just a bad trailer. And it's so funny because, like, the Avengers Endgame trailer, I've watched 30 times. It shows maybe 4 total scenes, and none of them are action related, and it's still a better trailer than every trailer that I just named. I mean, the Godzilla trailer is cool, granted, because there's some cool shots, but we don't even fucking see anything in that trailer either. And that's all fine and dandy or whatever, but I don't know. It's just funny that some people are letting these trailers come out, just out and about, but they're not like focusing. They're not like, are people gonna like these trailers when they come out? Especially for a movie, let's say like Men in Black or Hellboy, to where there are previous movies before it. You know you're gonna have that, fan base that loves Men in Black or that fan base that loves Hellboy movies, but it's all new cast and it's all in different locations, and I feel like there's no focus group for the trailers that I just mentioned. They're like, hey, just put it out there. It's fine. Just put some trailer music over it and don't worry about it. I mean, hell, at least it's not Pitbull. But still, very underwhelming for movies that I think they were hoping would be like, what? There's another Hellboy movie? And then you watch the trailer and you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. It's not very remarkable. And then same thing. It's like a fucking Men in Black movie, a movie that I think everybody has seen, and it affected your childhood at least one point. Everybody remembers those little alien grasshopper worm things. Everybody remembers those. And so you see the trailer, you see the thumbnail, and it's Chris Hemsworth, and you're like, wow, hell yeah, okay, I'm excited for this. And then you watch the trailer, and then again, you're like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, that's fine. But that's not the goal of a movie trailer. The only goal of a movie trailer is to get you into the theater, not know that the movie's coming out. They could just come out with a fucking statement on the internet, say, hey, this movie's being made, and everyone go, wow, cool, okay. But until they see a trailer, they don't want to see your movie. They don't care. They don't give a shit. But yeah, I just find that funny that those movies suck. And God, I can't get over the Pitbull thing. Man, that makes me so upset. I don't know. I made a joke about having him having a shaved head, but I just shaved my head. And man, it feels great. I did it for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons swimming in my head, and I'm sure I'll make up some reasons on why I shaved it before, but I don't know. I was just kind of done. I was kind of tired. I was in this weird space with my hair to where I was like, I'm tired of blow drying, and this sounds super lame, but like I'm tired of blow drying it before work. I'm tired of timing my showers or whatever before I leave. I hate having to like wake up and being afraid to go out somewhere before I do my hair or do this or yada 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 yada. And then I think Violet made a joke about me shaving my head, and I was like, no, like no fucking way, like social suicide, you know what I mean? And then I think I thought about it for a second, and I was like, wait a minute. I am, like, actually scared to shave my head. Like, what the fuck? Why? I'm an adult man, and I am afraid to shave my head because of what people are going to think. Because, seriously, that was probably my main, like, concern, is I was like, oh, but people are going to see it, and they're going to be like, oh, Damien's not as attractive anymore, or, like, Damien's not this, and, dude, fuck them. I don't give a shit. And even when I do give a shit, so here's the thing. I'm not going to say completely that I don't care or like value people's opinions on me or whatever, but if it literally affects me changing the way that I look, because I think deep down I did want to shave my head. I have a good head for it. I think I like how I look with not a lot of hair in my head. And again, I'm not like bald. You can't see a reflection on my scalp, but like it's a buzz cut. But if you ever don't want to change your appearance because you're worried what other people might think, dude, that fucking sucks. That really sucks. And don't get me wrong, whenever I go to work tonight, I'm sure there will be people that are like, oh no, why'd you cut your hair? And some people might be like, oh my God, dude, that looks so weird. But like, that's all fine, dude. I didn't cut my hair for them. I didn't do that. And also, dude, talk about a fucking confidence boost. It took me a second to like really feel it. I don't think it was even like until last night or today. I cut it maybe like 3 days ago. Whenever I first cut it, I was like, okay, yeah, it looks fine. Almost like I was fooling myself into liking it, right? Because once you shave your head, there's no going back. Your head is shaved. That's it. You're screwed. You're done. You just have to wait for it to grow back. So I thought I was fooling myself. And then whenever we went out to eat that night, I wore a hat. Whenever I took Violet to the doctor's office for her ear, I wore a hat. And then it wasn't until like yesterday I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I'm not wearing a hat. Let people see the bald head, right? Let people experience Damien's bald head. And dude, it felt great. It felt great because like what I imagined, and because I'm so fucking self-obsessed and so conceited that what I imagined would happen is that I would walk into a restaurant or I would walk outside and everybody's eyes would be on my head. Every single person would be like, what? Look at that guy's bald head. Like, look at it. Look at it. That's so weird, dude. Like, that guy doesn't have hair on his head. And I know some people might be like, well, that's stupid, dude. Nobody gives a shit about you. And you're fucking right. And I didn't realize it really until I shaved my head. Because whenever I went out, nobody fucking looked at me. Nobody cared. Nobody was like, oh, there's a bald-headed guy. Now, granted, none of these people know me, so they don't really have an attachment, right? But still, it felt damn good. And, like, taking a shower, I cannot express to you enough how good it feels to have that water run down your head, but have nothing fucking obstructed. It just is, like, strolling down your face. It feels magnificent. It feels incredible. And not having to do anything when you get out of the shower. Hell, I don't even have to put a towel in my hair. I just run my fucking palm through it and I'm like, boom, ready. Let's go. Let's bring this little porcupine scalp out of here, right? You just do a quick little brush, boom, dry. You're done. You're fucking done. And it feels great. It feels incredible. I'm excited to go to work tonight because I'm interested to see how my regulars react. Because, I mean, I've worked at Osaka's for 3 years, and I've had the same haircut for 3 years. For people who don't know me, like my friends like CJ and Alex and Kyle and all them, whenever I shave my head, nothing changes. I'm still Damien. I just have a different haircut. But, like, to people where I am just their server or, like, they only know me at work, it's going to be a fucking change. Because they only know me as Damien, the guy with the haircut. And so it'll be super interesting. But yeah, I recommend if you are a guy, it's much harder for a girl to shave their head. And it's also much more confidence boost if a girl shaves their head. Because, man, that much power that you have to have, damn. that's fucking crazy, dude. I applaud you if you're a girl and you shave your head. Because I'm a guy. Most guys back in the day, it's like normal. And older women like a shaved head, man. It's like a fucking normal thing for guys to shave their head, to have short hair. And it wasn't until my generation and sort of the next one that is like, oh no, long hair in guys is cool. And like, I was so fucking worried. I was like, oh, I don't know, people are going to think I'm weird. But like, dude, guys technically, traditionally, are supposed to have a shaved head. Like, it's cool, it's manly, it's, whatever. And I just heard a weird noise outside. They probably are tired of me talking into my fucking microphone. They're like, shut the fuck up! But yeah, I just thought that was super funny. But yeah, I feel super confident. And like I was saying, if you're a guy and I don't know, you just feel a little weird about your hair and you've always wanted to know what you look like with a shaved head, but you've never tried it, and you're too self-conscious or whatever, shave it, cut that bad boy off, and I swear you will strut around like a fucking dude, like the man. Because it's just so funny because, dude, you had the balls to shave your head. And that's pretty cool. And I feel pretty cool about it. And I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm actually worried I might like it too much, and I'll just keep shaving my head or whatever. But dude, I am hearing some weird noises in my room. I just heard like a child laughing upstairs. I live in an apartment, and I don't think the person above me has children, and so that's fucking terrifying. I don't know, it stopped. Okay. I don't know. Super fucking weird. But yeah, that was most of the stuff I wanted to talk about. Yeah, just that stuff or whatever. Aquaman, me shaving my head. Let me see the... Dude, what? See, that's so funny too, because I think everybody else likes Aquaman. It's pretty funny. Because I'm on Google and I'm on like my top news stories of the a week or whatever, and it says Aquaman has no business being this good. Like, dude, I feel like I'm one of the only people, not one of the only people, but I'm in a little bit of the minority of people that kind of didn't like it. And it's funny, this is coming from somebody who loves Batman v Superman and like Justice League and thinks Man of Steel's a masterpiece, and I just think that's pretty funny. Oh, man, I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I still have like 2 hours until fucking work starts. God. Man, it's not that I hate work or like the idea of working. It's just sometimes, when you're sitting at home and you're bored, you're like, you don't like that you're bored. You're like, man, I wish I could do something. But then it isn't until you start doing something that you're like, yeah, never mind. I kind of just want to sit and and eat bad food and watch fucking YouTube all day. And that's what I want to do. Like, I've done it since 8 o'clock this morning, since Violet left. And I've just been doing whatever the hell I want. And I'm bored out of my mind, but I don't want to go to work, even though it'll be the one thing that saves me from boredom. Man, I don't know. Being bored is so funny. Such a weird concept. That I remember talking to Alex and Kyle about that, is like being bored. What a fucking weird concept, dude. Like, I remember I was talking to my friend, he used to work at Osaka. His name was Brandon, and he didn't listen to music. He didn't watch movies, and I remember asking him why, and I was like, Brandon, why don't you like listening to music? Because for someone like myself, music is fucking everything. It's such a huge part, and movies. It's like a double whammy. This kid didn't listen or watch either of them, and I remember in the most endearing way possible, and in the non-silliest, non-patronizing way, he just said, I think it makes people or less imaginative, because if you listen to too much music, you get too much inspiration from it, and you might take things from it that aren't your own. And if you watch movies or anything like that, you might have ideals, or you might create something later on in your life that is way too influenced by that stuff. And maybe I don't agree wholeheartedly with it. Whenever he said it, it was so true. Like he believed it, and he wasn't being an asshole, and he's being very serious. And I remember this one. I was like, well, then what do you do? Because for someone in our generation, at least for someone like me, if I'm bored, I play video games. You know what I mean? If I'm bored, I listen to music. If I'm bored, I just pick a movie on Netflix, and I'm like, all right, let's give it a fucking shot. But for someone who doesn't do that, when he's bored, in my head, I'm like, well, what do you do? Which sounds fucking stupid and bad, and that's why I'm glad we had the conversation, because he just said he like wrote, or he drew, or he went outside, or he like fucking learned how to do something like that he never could do, or something like that. And I remember I was like, dude, I wish, like a part of me wishes, then another part of me doesn't. That's what I find so funny, is that I wish for everything that I keep listening to music. I wish for everything that I keep finding new music and enjoying new things, and same thing with movies. I hope I find a new director, a new actor that like changes everything for me, and I look at all his body of work or whatever. But I mean, this kid Brandon didn't do that. He just did his own thing, and I remember one time he said, he got so pissed off at people for when they were bored, and because he was like, dude, you are a human being. He's like, the fact that you are even breathing, the fact that boredom is a fucking emotion that you can, have, and that it's even conceivable to be bored when you think about the minute things that are keeping you fucking still on this planet, that is keeping the planet rotating, that is keeping your cells going through your fucking bloodstream to make you breathe and exhale and have these thoughts, and yet you're bored? You're sitting on the couch and you're fucking bored? But you go outside and you can breathe fresh air, and the fact that you don't start fucking floating into space, you're bored on your couch? I remember it was like one of the most, and he's younger than me, and it was one of the most fucking surreal things ever, because I was like, dude, you're right. Boredom to us is such it's such like a natural thing. Like being bored is like a fucking pastime activity now. Like, oh, I was so bored on Saturday, dude. I didn't do anything. I just fucking laid around and played video games or whatever. But, like, it's so crazy, dude, That's so weird that humans can be bored, that there's so much imagination flowing through you, and you can create whatever you want with your mind. You can write music, you can start like a fucking journal, you can write a book, you can write a fucking autobiography, you can just write down literally your thoughts, and it will be fucking entertaining, I guarantee it. If you've never done it, and I'm not talking about a journal, I'm not talking about like something like that. You ever listen to music when you're in the car and someone else is driving, like whenever you're a kid, and you're listening to some music and it's very emotional, and you're looking out the window and it's like the music for your life. You're making a music video for yourself, right? Everybody has fucking done this. I know I'm not alone. No, I bet nobody better be like, oh, Damon, what a fucking weirdo. Everybody has made a music video for themselves for a song that they like. I implore you, because I've tried this before. I've done it recently too. Write down shit that is going on in your life, but word it like it's a fucking movie, and it will be so much fucking fun. It really will be, dude. It's like a journal, but like times fucking 2. It's so much fun, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get bored. I'm fucking bored today. But like just doing something that small is damn exciting. And it's why, because one of the other things he said too is, he always tries to learn something. He's always trying to like figure new things out or whatever. And Violet's stepdad is like making a shed out of like or powered by like solar stuff, and he has no fucking clue how to do it. But he is like going on websites and watching YouTube videos, and he's learning literally how to fucking use solar power to power his shed. And to me, that's so cool, because like you're just learning something new at his age. I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's a fucking adult. His life is he's where he's at, and he's where he's gonna be for the rest of it. But he is still learning new things. And I feel like most of us now, we have chosen already a little too early what we're gonna do and what we know how to do, and then that's fucking it. We're gonna keep it, which I don't want to do that. And I am trying everything I can, which is why I'm doing the podcasting thing, because I would like to know how to do like a radio-like thing. I would like to know how to talk to people and have this public speaking skill and be able to create a conversation and keep a conversation going for a long period of time, because that shit excites me. And one of the other things too is I don't know how to play any instrument. I went to Oaklawn School. It's right across from the Oaklawn racetrack here in Hot Springs, and it was an art school. So that's what started everything for me. We had the fucking like news thing, like you always see in movies where they have like the news, students do the news of the day, or like what's for lunch or something like that. Like we did that shit. I did that shit. And I played trombone in band. But I don't know how to play an instrument as an adult. And I obviously clearly don't know how to fucking play the trombone anymore. So one of my New Year's resolutions is to learn how to play an instrument, and I want to learn how to play piano. So I'm going to buy a piano and practice how to play it. So if anybody does know how to play piano and they want to, give me some lessons, then I will pay you. Or if you want to do it for free because we're friends, then hey, let's do that too. I just really want to learn something new, because I think it'll be very exciting, and I almost forgot what that's like. I almost forgot what it's like to acquire a skill, be proud of it, and to be able to create something with that skill. And I think that's pretty damn cool, and I'm super excited about that. And I mean, I haven't done it either, so I can't speak on some high authority like, oh, you guys should try it too because it changed my life, because I haven't done it yet. I mean, clearly, you learn things throughout your life, but I don't know how to play an instrument, so I'm fucking excited. Damn, dude, I got this new little pop filter for my mic, and it is working wonders, brother. But I mean, you guys are still being able to hear my incredible burps, and they will stay. I will not apologize for that. This is my podcast. I won't say excuse me. There's nobody else in the room. I will fucking burp if I want to. Oh, that's weird. You guys, what a switch. But you know when people get too close to the mic or whatever, and you can hear the sound that their fucking mouth, because your tongue is like constantly moving, and there's just water everywhere and saliva. Like when you're watching like a news show or something like that, or somebody read a book, and you can fucking hear, it's like that ASMR kind of stuff where it's like you can hear the fucking saliva in there, like the... Dude, that's fucking weird, and I apologize if you're listening to it loud, because I know that's super, super gross and super annoying. But hey, I'm getting better equipment, baby. You're gonna hear some weird noises come out of my mouth. But mostly burps. And again, I won't apologize. Sorry. It's like when people get upset that you don't, which I do it too, but I do it as a joke. If you don't like bless them whenever they sneeze, right? So like if they sneeze and like, you didn't bless me. It's like, dude, you fucking sneezed. Like, get over it. You sneezed, move on, okay? Move, next sneeze, next cough, next burp, do it. I don't give a shit. We're all humans, right? Find that super, super funny when everyone is like so uptight and upset when nobody like fucking says bless you or like, oh, excuse you. Like, dude, I'm a human being. It's one of our defects, right? Like when something gets stuck in my throat, I go, ugh. I'm gonna do it. I don't have to fucking apologize for it. Jeez, man. I guess unless you're like at a bar mitzvah or something like that, or like a fucking, I don't know. Even then, let it loose, dude. Let people know who you are. Man. But yeah, that'll do it for today's podcast. Again, I was bored, so I just wanted to sit down and make this or whatever, and I think I got some good stuff out of it, and I hope that you enjoyed it, as always, and I hope you stick around until next week where I continue to do podcasts. I'll probably do a Christmas one. That'll be pretty cool. Maybe me and Violet will both do that, because I've been wanting to do a podcast with her for so long, and we can tell the story about how we met or whatever. That'll be pretty exciting. But yes, as always, guys, thank you so much for listening. And this has been the Leftover Popcorn Podcast, and I have been your host every single time, Damian Luneman. Thank you guys so much, as always, and until next time, bye, guys. Thank you.